I'd love to know what people's thoughts are when they approach a roundabout.
Half of them don't know what they're doing at all.
No, well, I look at it as you give way to the right, but you don't pull up to the roundabout, stop and then see if there's help coming.
It's better than France.
Oh.
Traffic cops Gav Pearson and Dan Stoppard are heading out to patrol North Yorkshire's 50-mile stretch of the A1 motorway. Cutting through the heart of the county, it's a busy corridor for crime.
Some intel from Cleveland that it's got a large quantity of drugs. Confirmation southbound and it's got product on board. It's believed it's headed back down towards South Yorkshire.
It's a Mercedes, possibly silver.
We've just received some recent intel of a car coming south on the A1. The intelligence says that he's carrying a large quantity of what is believed to be Class B drugs.
It's potentially linked to an Albanian OCG.
The Mercedes is being tracked by police cameras and monitored by North Yorkshire's Force Control.
Albanians are travelling up from South Yorkshire, West Yorkshire, up to get
Gav
cannabis.
shouting us.
It's gone south by my clock 3 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago.
Not going to be far off us, mate, to be honest.
The information we receive indicate a new serious crime group. It tends to be foreign national males growing large quantities of cannabis and transporting it throughout the country.
More units have joined Gav and Dan in the search for the silver Mercedes.
Yeah, that's all received. Standing by.
There's a silver Mercedes just gone under.
Yeah, I've got it,
Yeah, like I said, it's Mercedes. Me and silver.
Yeah, so we've just had a confirmed sighting, so we're just going to try and make some ground now to catch up to it. What's it?
Oh, my like on the near side.
Go on, just go on, go.
What are these people willing to do to get away? Are they going to suddenly take off at high speed? Are they going to turn around and ram us? What level will they go to? But this all depends on if we sight the vehicle.
People may associate traffic officers with people speeding or doing traffic offences. Actually, what we do is we keep the road safe and we tackle criminality using the road.
Joining the pursuit is Sergeant Tim Wilson, who spent most of his career targeting organised crime groups and drug couriers.
We're seeing an increasing pattern of drug supply that's travelling through the county. It is challenging, but that's what we're there for, and we've got officers that can go to strategic places very quickly to try and target these criminals.
Just in front of the van.
Yeah, I've got it, mate. Romeo 2-1, we have got eyeball on the subject vehicle. It is moving to lane 2 of 4. Speed is 70. 2-1 is obviously aware of our presence due to the lightness of traffic with no vehicles for cover now. He's not reacted to us being here.
He's into lane 1, speed is down to 50. He's going to be definitely fully aware of our presence now. Last time we got one of these on A1, boot were full. I think we ended up with 160 grams worth of cannabis in boot.
It's like a tingling sensation that you know something's going to happen, something big is going to happen. You've got to remain calm.
Committed. Southbound.
Received, thanks.
I don't know where he's going here.
Oh, you absolute...
Yeah, it's coming to a stop on hard shoulder just after the slip. Open it! Thank you. Have the key out. Take the key out. Thank you.
Initially, I'm starting to think, has he got anything in there at all? Because he ain't reacting to us. You'd expect somebody to get a little bit nervous. Has somebody fed us some duff information? These thoughts all go through your head.
You all right? Yeah. We're going to be looking at a quite large quantity of drugs.
Why has his driver pulled off? If he's got this quantity of drugs, why is he stopped?
There's quite a lot in there. Right, buddy. You speak English? No. None at all.
Saying he doesn't.
Right, let you know, you're under arrest on suspicion of possession with intent to supply Class B, namely cannabis. ID card? Even that smells of cannabis.
Thank you. He's produced an Albanian driving licence.
Let's come down this way, bud. This way. What language? Albanian? Sit. A little bit of English? No. Okay.
He wasn't putting up any resistance at all. He wasn't showing any signs of wanting to hide anything. So it kind of makes no sense.
Decent job. Every bag's full. We need a space booking at Ellen Road.
Coming up,
There you go.
the intelligence crackdown continues
Do I have the right to have a solicitor?
and uncovers a bigger haul than expected.
That's serious organised crime level.
And
Got it. Get that beat unit out the book.
a hunt for a stolen van
Criminals do like to go under our noses.
leaves officers with a childcare problem.
2 kids in the car.
It was stolen in a burglary in South Yorkshire. Hello, it's Dan Stoppard from North Yorkshire Traffic.
Traffic cops Dan and Gav have arrested a suspected drug runner after receiving police intel.
Where did you go into?
Custody.
He's believed to be transporting a boot full of cannabis for an organised crime group.
Yes, I just introduced myself to him and I'm ready for your instruction.
The suspect says he doesn't speak any English.
Interpreter, I'm the custody sergeant here at Ellen Road today, and then if you could just listen out to the allegation.
Do I have the right to have a solicitor?
Yes, we'll get to that point shortly. I just need to find out why he's here first.
With the driver facing some tricky questions, Sergeant Tim Wilson
Are you happy?
and Specialist Search Officer Chris Howarth can now carry out a full search of the suspect's vehicle.
There's 1. 2, but that one's packed a bit thicker. When you think you can probably break them buds up into £20 deals, that there, you know, you're looking at thousands and thousands of pounds worth of cannabis in the bags. Yeah, there you go. Suitcase full.
Okay, why is he here, please?
We received information of a vehicle travelling southbound on the A1. This gentleman was the driver, and in the boot area was located a large quantity of vacuum sealed cannabis. That's a hell of a lot. That's not just somebody that's just doing it here and there, one off trying to earn a little bit of money. That's serious organised crime level.
Across the UK, police intel is used to crack down on drug supply chains, like this one, worth billions of pounds a year.
Cleveland has an increasing problem with an Albanian OCG that is dealing in that area. The inspector up in Cleveland has done some checks on the vehicle and sees that it heads up and it quickly heads back down again.
I'll just give you that back.
Working with other forces and the neighbouring forces is really important, and had it not been for that, we probably wouldn't have been able to get in position in time.
The movement of drugs by organised gangs is becoming a daily occurrence throughout the northeast. Just 12 hours ago, the traffic cops seized another vehicle which was carrying £70,000 worth of cannabis.
There's a lot of work that we all do now with forensics and investigation with electronic devices, the vehicle, etc., to try and work out who these people are, to put them to justice. We can't assume that everybody that carries drugs is the same person. We've got to work out where they are in the chain. You know, are they somebody that's been criminally exploited? Or are they somebody that's at the top of the chain?
I work in a construction site.
Construction site.
There's basically a suitcase full and 3 like bags for lives full. And maybe it'd be about £78,000 wholesale value, but street value about 130,000. Oh yeah, this is quantities on an organised crime scale list. This is definitely a worthwhile stop.
My colleague has just found a search mirror. I've never found one before on a search, and it's something we use all the time for getting underneath difficult areas of the vehicle. We're just trying to put 2 and 2 together here, and whether there's something underneath the vehicle that's been put there, possibly a tracking device, so the organised crime group could actually follow it coming down the A1.
So can you just tell him that I just put a copy of his rights in Albanian?
When it comes to this driver, he could have been put under a great amount of pressure by people behind the scenes that are going to do X, Y and Z to his family, to his friends, if he doesn't do it.
We're going to seize all his SIM cards.
So we're able to not only look at the investigation side of it, but we're able to look at the other side of it and say, is there a welfare element in all this?
There we go. Another one hidden under the seat. Chris?
Yeah.
That were hidden under the driver's seat.
Right.
There was one in the centre console, but that were hidden underneath.
Yeah. When this amount of drugs is being conveyed down one of our big motorways, they'll be rung several times on that route, just for an update. Are you still all right? Are you aware of anyone following you?
These are just SIM cards that are bagged up separately.
Now, when they're not answering the phone because they're with us, it starts to send a bit of a what's wrong, is anything happened to him? Now they'd find out that it's parked at the police station, so they're probably panicking slightly over that.
Cannabis farms, the people that are running them are from out of the area, so that means they use our road networks to travel to and from either selling or moving this drug, so it's for us to be in the right place to stop them, and we've done it again today.
There are 11,000 police cameras across the UK, helping the traffic cops pinpoint criminals on the move.
What about if somebody come to you, Dan, and said, I'll give you £1 million, you've got to transport a boot full of Class A from Scotland down to Cornwall?
Yeah.
Would you do it?
No.
It's 7:30 p.m. and traffic cops Dan and Gav are back on patrol near York.
Just stand by for message. Suspect vehicle, believed to be on Cologne plates.
He's gone on his way to try and intercept a clone vehicle. It's hit on the A64 coming into our area.
When a vehicle of interest triggers a camera in North Yorkshire, Force Control is alerted immediately.
We've just had a reliable sighting. It's a cloned Volkswagen Transporter. It could be a stolen vehicle. Criminals do like to hide the vehicles the best they can to go under our noses. And get to where we can intercept it before it has a chance to dart off the main roads.
9 times out of 10, it is not just that vehicle is on false plates. Often the driver has got no licence, no insurance, potentially wanted.
4 of us, maybe there might be even 5 units, made up from traffic and firearms.
2523, we have the contact.
Got it. Get that beat unit out the... Reinforce it!
Go straight alongside it, mate. Go straight alongside it. Go straight alongside it. There you go.
Your van? It's a work van, is it?
What's Vin?
It's got 2 kids here.
Can you just confirm the chassis, please?
I was going back an exact match on a stolen VW Transporter, stolen by means of burglary.
The vehicle's stolen.
It was stolen in a burglary in South Yorkshire.
Right. No, I'm not joking at all. All right, it's a clone vehicle. Obviously, the vehicle's going to be coming with us. Well, you're not going to be able to drive it home, are you? Because it's a nicked vehicle. You're disqualified as well anyway.
He owns a body shop. It's a customer's vehicle.
He's got a body shop. The vehicle was brought into him well over 6 months previously for some work doing on it, and he'd had no contact from the person that had brought it in. That, just to me, doesn't ring true.
Pass it back to South Yorkshire and get kids for a lift back.
We get the van, and then if he's got the kids, then we have to consider what we do with him, don't we?
Yeah.
The immediate priority for the officers is the well-being of the man's 2 young children.
Is it Dad? Yeah. Please don't worry, OK? He might not know about it at all.
I'm just going to search your person first, OK?
It's all right, we'll get you back home, all right? And don't worry, is it your dad? He'll be looked after, don't worry. But obviously, your dad shouldn't be driving anyway, should he?
We've got kids to sort out, yeah. Have you got anybody that we can contact?
Mum, we've got Mum, haven't we?
Wife.
Can I ring my wife? She's got no transport.
Yeah.
And kids there. Yeah.
What's daughter's name? Because she's the most upset.
No.
Yeah. Transportation.
It's okay, darling.
Yeah, sweet.
Come on, darling. You're right. All right, sweetheart.
Having spoken to the kid's mum, the police can now take them home.
He's shown as disqualified. He hasn't got a licence, so obviously he's going to have to answer some questions for that. Maybe a reason why he's driving this van on false plates, trying to appear genuine. All right, lad. We're sorting out your kids. They're going to be on the way home. Obviously, we've got the driving offences, haven't we? Which is disco driving.
I don't know about that.
You know, disqualified driving can get sent to prison for. This is what you got to think about. And if you've got little ones in a business, then the last thing you want is to get sent down, do you?
That's what I mean. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
You might have a very short space of time, and then they're gone. Knowing who that is and what car they've used and how they've got here, it's a massive challenge for us, and we have to rely a great deal on technology.
North Yorkshire is the largest county in England. A network of police cameras is vital for tracking criminals in an area this vast.
Next to our units, there's been the tracking has called in. They've got live updates.
Oh, don't tell me he's on his mobile phone on that bend.
North of York, the traffic cops are searching for a driver who's triggered a police camera.
Sent to Oscar Romeo units, just getting a Sussex vehicle heading northbound.
A wanted male's travelling northbound, believed wanted for a serious or for an assault, and it could well be domestic assault.
Male offender in relationship with victim.
It's alleged the man cut his partner's hair and held scissors to her throat. Joining the motorway, there's an update.
Looking at his previous, he's probably going to go walk down.
Police camera data can help build up a picture of where he's likely to go.
So the vehicle's probably 30 seconds or so in front of us.
The officers need to stop the suspect before he makes it back home to his partner.
149, I am directly behind them.
Coming up,
She's a liar.
the wanted man reveals all.
She's bisexual and I don't accept that.
And an intelligence operation targeting Yorkshire's drug lines
Drugs, crack, heroin, crack cocaine.
leads to an arrest.
You've got something to hide and we're going to find it.
Are you all right, though?
Yeah, that's it.
We've got an audience.
One for 9. I am directly behind the vehicle now, half a mile mark above.
In North Yorkshire, The traffic cops are responding to police intel about a wanted man who has allegedly threatened to kill his partner.
Go for a stop, first lay-by. Vehicle stopped, stand by. Just want to jump out for me? Okay. Just want to put your hands like that for me, all right? What I have to tell you is that we've got information to say that you are wanted, all right? You are wanted by the police for an assault.
So I'm arrested.
So you are under arrest, yeah. All right, okay. What I'm going to do is pop you into the back of this police car. All right, okay. Just jump in for me. No, that's how they're meant to be, like that. All right. They're not designed for comfort. I've obviously told him he is under arrest and cautioned him, and I believe it's to do with an assault. If you can tell me the details.
Evidence by questioning male offender in relationship with victim.
Allegedly, the man held scissors to his partner's throat whilst threatening to kill her.
Received. Thank you.
She's a liar. I got proof.
Right. Obviously, that's just the allegation, okay? Derby needs to look at that, need to investigate it, all right? 149 the hub.
149, go ahead.
I could do with a van.
She's a bitch.
Yeah, Roger.
Right.
She's bisexual and I don't accept that. It's very difficult.
149 the van, state 6. Right, okay. Just follow me.
Last year, 46,000 people were wanted by the police in England and Wales. Over 40% have been on the wanted list for a year or more and remain at large.
We are here. He's wanted for an offence of threats to kill.
It's a long story. I will say everything. I want to finish this story. No more for me in my life.
This way. If you need anything, if you just look at me quickly. Yeah? Just on the side here, opposite the sink, is a button for you to press to call if you need anything.
Silver to 1268. You on this channel, brother? Received. The vehicle is believed to be involved in the supply of Class A.
The supply of drugs into and out of the county is a big problem for the traffic cops. Across Yorkshire, there were nearly 14,000 drug seizures in the space of a year, more than one every hour.
Just a bit of snow that's happening. Everybody's still experiencing the usual crimes.
Traffic cop Chris Story is on patrol near Harrogate, a regular route for cross-border drug supply between North and West Yorkshire.
Okay, and who's bringing this crack cocaine in? Right, okay. Where are these dealings taking place? Tell everyone in the community to take notes of what's happening and when.
North Yorkshire's Operation Expedite is actively targeting the drug supply across the region.
When people come across this information themselves, a lot of the time they are ringing the police. They might do it anonymously, and we try as much as we can to intercept them. Seven, go on.
Vehicle has just activated a northbound from Harrogate. That's got a drugs marker in it for supply. Request stop check.
Yes.
the driver. His West Yorkshire intel is huge, and it's mainly all to do with dealing of heroin, crack cocaine.
Yeah, that's monitored, thank you.
I'm going to see if there's any extra units available to assist you with this at the moment. I'm not sure there is.
If they get stopped by the police and they're going to get found in possession of Class A drugs, you're looking at going to prison. So they're willing to carry weapons. I can think of numerous times where officers have been injured when stopping vehicles in these kind of circumstances, so it's always in the back of your mind. A vehicle that's done a number of quick turnarounds, it seems to be leaving by a particular route as well, or anywhere around our borders, the south of the county especially, pretty bad.
Thank you.
I'm just going to temporarily borrow this person's driveway, unless they've got an issue. And we've managed to get a few more units now as well to assist us. Hopefully, it'll come this way. This is what I like about this job. It could just sail out of the other end of Harrogate now, couldn't it? Going towards the motorway or whatever, and that's it, game over. We could literally drop on it down here and it's game on.
Yeah, Chris, we're coming towards you, mate.
Yep, I've got sight of it. Never know, it might fail to stop, which would be interesting on these roads.
Driver's got a black top, passenger's got a white top.
If they've got anything on board, they're going to straight away be thinking about getting rid of the evidence, secreting it somewhere within the vehicle, secreting it on themselves in various ways. 7-7 vehicle stopped. Just come and stand around here for me, mate. You're at the minute you're detained for a search, OK, in Section 23 of Misuse Drugs Act. I'm going to put some handcuffs on you. Keep your hands out your pockets for me, mate. Just so you're aware, the vehicle's stopped and we've got 2 occupants detained for a search.
Chris has been joined by a team of plainclothed officers from Operation Expedite.
Hello, are you all right? You look freezing cold. I know, it's awful. Couldn't be much worse weather, could it? Are you all right, though?
Yeah, that's it.
Is it a health thing, or is it the shock of everything that's going on?
Just a bit anxious.
A bit anxious, okay.
Why are you driving down here? Why are you in Harrogate? Been for a drive. OK, and there's no other reason for you to be here? He's not protesting his innocence. My kind of instinct in that situation is you've got something to hide, and we're going to find it. This vehicle's made 2 trips into the Harrogate area today and we suspect it's involved in the supply of drugs. Do you understand that? Yep. OK. Have you got anything on that you shouldn't have? Nothing whatsoever? And is there anything in the car you shouldn't have? No. OK. We've got an audience. It's fine. Inside one in here. They could be just part of a bigger picture. They're the vulnerable people that are given a few notes and told to you take this package to that place and then drive back, and ultimately if you get caught then that's on you. Do you use any drugs at all then? No. It's fine. Back up to keep you warm. Passenger's obviously to be searched. He's saying he's not got anything on him, so both occupants are going to be coming back to the police station, which is only around the corner, luckily enough. See where we'll go from there.
After an initial search of the driver and the female passenger, there's no evidence of drug dealing.
He was quite clearly nervous. I knew and he knew there was an issue with us stopping him, basically. If they're secreting things down their pants, which they usually would do, we will very soon see.
Coming up.
In her underwear.
An interesting find back at the station.
If they have got anything on them, they've got things to hide, we're going to know about it pretty quickly.
Come on, Jesus!
And after a tip-off from the public...
Let's see if it comes towards us.
Dan and Gav hunt for a gang of suspected poachers.
They'll set the dogs out to chase and kill the hare.
Your vehicle's going to be searched under Section 19 at the Wildlife Act to make sure that there are no game in there.
To stop the flow of drugs into North Yorkshire, the force has set up Operation Expedite. There she is. After an intelligence-led sting on a suspected drug runner, Traffic cop Chris Story and a team of plainclothed officers are taking the suspects to Harrogate Police Station.
We believe we found a small amount of drugs in the vehicle.
So far, they've only found a small quantity of cannabis, not the heroin or crack they were expecting.
Yeah, positive cannabis.
A man and a woman have been arrested for further searches.
She's really, really nervous about it, really worried about her welfare. I think there'll be some sort of criminal exploitation element.
There could be some suggestion that the female had been used to transport the drugs around and the male kind of keeps his hands clean.
So she's being strip searched first, he's still sat outside.
While the woman is searched, Chris questions the driver.
Is he in back of here? Yeah. He says I'm going to do with you is for drugs. Okay, do you use any drugs?
Smoked a little bit of weed last night.
Did a bit last night. Hold your tongue out as far as you can, and I'm just going to wipe this across your tongue. Just keep your tongue where it is, okay? That's fine. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, this is the cannabis line, this is the cocaine line. And I'd say at the minute there is a line developing on the cannabis side, so then it's looking like the driver will also be arrested for drug driving. I just need to let you know that you're further under arrest, okay, because the drug flight's come back positive for cannabis. So I'm further arresting you on suspicion of driving a motor vehicle over the specified limit for a drug. And you're still under caution, all right. We'll do, well, that's what we're going to do in relation to that offence, all right. So we'll just take you to the nurse and we'll go through that. Go ahead. Excellent. In her underwear. Cracking. Perfect, thank you, mate. Found what they're saying is a significant amount of Class A drugs within the female's underwear. So, yeah, just let's bring that out now and we'll have a look at it and see what we've got. People that do this know that it is a risk, and we do get mountains of intelligence, and we're going to look at stopping them and searching them, and if they have got anything to hide, we're going to know about it pretty quickly. All right, yeah.
There's hundreds of items in there.
Yeah. There's a lot in there. There's quite a lot.
There's a lot, because the crack will be 0.1 gram deals. So there's a bundle of crack there. Can you see that? There'd be 50 or 60 items in one of those alone. So I'd say there's in excess of 100 wraps total. Street value, 10 a wrap, so there'd be in excess of £1,000 for Class A.
Decent little amount.
Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Across North Yorkshire, it's not just police cameras and intelligence that alert the traffic cops to suspects on the move.
Right, I've got 3 names, so you let me know what you know and I can put that into decisive action, all right?
Tip-offs from the public are also vital.
I'm glad you're using your mirrors there, buddy.
On the southern edge of the county, 20 miles west of Leeds, traffic cops Dan and Gab are back on duty.
Anyone out and about in the Selby area, obviously for a vehicle. It's possible poachers that have been out.
A member of the public has alerted control to some suspected poachers.
A Subaru Forester involved in hair coursing, 2 dogs in the vehicle.
2-1, we're in Selby. Are you going to put it on our hot list?
Already doing it?
Fantastic, we'll make his way out. Seen you. Subaru Forester, this is a Silver Estate. Great, let's see if it comes towards us. We get a load of travelling criminals coming in with dogs in older off-road vehicles and sneaking about and going on to a farmer's property.
The Subaru is heading westbound towards the A1.
Yeah, received. We're just there now and we're heading towards A1.
A police camera has been triggered by the suspect's silver Subaru, providing its location and direction of travel.
We've had 2 reports now that it's been involved in possible poaching. But it seems like it's getting too spooked, so it's going, isn't it? Out of area. It had about 3 minutes on us.
And it's just gone. It's just pinged up now.
Proceed. Got my mark there.
0.
It's just here. Subaru Forester, it's a Silver Estate. Just behind it then, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've not nosed in that car. We don't know what they're capable of doing, and we don't know their intent. We could end up with firearms, knives. He's got dogs in there. We don't know the temperament of those dogs.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's coming to a stop. Yes, it is, mate.
Come on, the view.
Turn the engine off, mate. Take keys out.
What's the nature of the journey today? Because we've had 2 reports regarding your vehicle involved in possible poaching. Yeah. Where are you from?
Darlington.
Do you have a licence? Yeah. Why is it taxed? It's no excuse if you don't have tax on it.
I have had a chance to tax it.
Yeah, you have had a chance to tax it because you're driving it. You've had enough time to drive down the A1 from Durham, haven't you? And come into North Yorkshire area, so you've had enough chance to tax it. You ever been arrested before? Yeah, your vehicle's going to get a check over. Okay?
Just whip your hood down, mate, and look at me. You're not known to us on photograph, and you're linked to poaching, so we know who it is next time we come across people, we can link it. All right? Just have a look at me. Whose are the dogs?
One's mine.
One's yours. We just need you to get them out of the boot, okay, so that and put them on a lead, because your vehicle's going to be searched under Section 19 of the Wildlife Act to make sure that there are no rabbits or anything in there. All right.
Some lovely countryside to walk the dogs anyway.
But we don't want them running onto the road.
Hare coursing's one example of what they'll do. They'll normally take some dogs with them and they'll set the dogs out to chase and kill the hare. But when you're just going out just to harm an animal just for, you know, just for fun, to me it's just brutal.
Black market betting has led to a surge in illegal hare coursing, with poachers live streaming events nationwide using mobile phones.
It becomes very difficult to prove if somebody's been poaching. We've just got to look at it as a bit of a cat and mouse game. We won't stop going after them, we won't stop taking the cars off them, but ultimately it's just going to be a matter of trying to disrupt them as much as possible, when we can and where we can.
No, it's going to be taking it off you. All right. If you don't get it back within 7 to 14 days, it'll be either crushed or sold. All right. Just watch the road, mate, with the dog. All right.
Other offences that are linked in with poaching are theft, burglary. As they're accessing farmers' lands, they're getting access to see what's there, and if they see the opportunity, they tend to take it.
I don't know how far you're going to get in this.
Is it on fumes?
Yeah. There's no in it.
That'd be the shortest felt stop if he had done. In fact, it looks like it's completely run out.
That alarm's going off. There's no fuel in it at all. That's probably the reason why he didn't make off. He's got previous failed stop, hasn't he? So that was probably the reason why.
It was unfortunate for him that he's decided not to put any fuel in his car, so he's given up the ghost purely and simply because he wouldn't have got very far. He might have got half a mile down the road and then he'd have to give up.
You've been a search trained officer, haven't you?
Yeah.
Need your fine skills.
You see, it's either Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala or Poe, innit? I just don't know which one. The car had some dogs in the boot. There was nothing obvious to suggest that there was any game in there. We wouldn't just pull any random car over because they've got dogs in. So we base it on information or intelligence that we've received. They've travelled down from the northeast. If I'm going to walk my dog, I'm not going to travel 30, 40 or 50 miles just to walk my dogs.
By getting it off the road for just a simple offence such as no tax and seizing it disrupts him. Might be only for a day, so getting his car off him just for 24 hours might be a bit of a godsend for some people.
From tracking wanted criminals to cross-border drug supply, tech and intel have become crucial tools for the traffic cops.
Criminals travelling through our area, we only have a very short window in which to capture them. As soon as we get the heads up that there's a vehicle coming into our area, we want to act on it as soon as possible. We've got the tactical advantage of using various different bits of technology available to us.
criminality, it's more challenging day by day because as we look at new techniques to challenge them, they then come up with new ideas, but we've got to keep working hard to make sure we're one step ahead. We're able to do more checks in relation to vehicles to be able to anticipate what vehicles are going to do. It shows them that we are out there looking, we are acting on intelligence, and we're actively going after them.
In this episode,
a quite large quantity of drugs.
After his arrest, the Albanian man caught with cannabis worth over £100,000
ID card? Even that smells of cannabis.
was remanded in custody by Cleveland police. A Crown Court trial has been adjourned while the police further their inquiries.
Get that beat unit out the reinforce it.
The investigation into the stolen van on cloned plates
It was stolen in a burglary in South Yorkshire.
is ongoing, but the man caught driving it with his 2 children on board has been sentenced to 12 weeks in prison and has been disqualified from driving and banned for 23 months.
You are wanted, all right? You are wanted by the police for an assault.
Derbyshire police are investigating the male arrested on the A1,
Right.
who was wanted for allegedly making threats to kill. He has been released under investigation.
At the minute you're detained for a search, okay, in Section 23 of Mischief Drugs Act.
Are you all right, though?
Yeah, that's it.
The couple arrested near Harrogate police station, who police suspect were transporting Class A drugs into the county,
In her underwear.
have been released under investigation. The man may also be facing prosecution for driving without insurance and no licence, and obstructing a police officer in their execution of duty.
Turn the engine off, mate. Take keys out.
Why is it taxed?
And the driver of the car carrying suspected poachers and their dogs was fined £80.
I've had 2 reports regarding your vehicle involved in possible poaching.
The car has since been reported as being re-taxed.